So I have a question for you. What is stop motion animation? Do you know? Probably not. And it's kind of ironic that a lot of people don't know what it is, considering the fact that stop motion animation used to be the special effects for movies for a really long time, from like the 1920s all the way to the 80s. And stop motion animation changed film for the better. You see, for the longest time before like the 1920s, we never really had a way of combining the real world with like a fantasy world. Like they just never like coexisted together because we never had the tools of combining the two. But this all changed when Willis O'Brien released his movie called The Lost World. He was able to put live actors with dinosaurs and put them together in the same world and on the same plane, basically. And nobody had ever seen this before. So this was like a really, really big deal. And he was able to do it with stop motion animation. So what is it? What is stop motion? Well, I'll show you. So stop motion animation, it's a film technique. You take your puppet, could be a person, dinosaur, alien, whatever you made, and you place a camera in front of it, or whatever angle you want to capture it. Put it like this, move it like that. Take a picture. You move it like that, take another picture. Oops. And then you put it like that, and then you take another picture. You get the point. And then when you get all these pictures, and you play them at a certain speed, the puppet will do this. And it'll look like it's moving by itself. That's what stop motion animation is. And so Willis O'Brien was able to take his puppets and take live actors and put them together so they looked like they were in the same world. And this was a huge deal. So because of the success of The Lost World, he went on to making the original King Kong. Yes, King Kong was made with stop motion animation. This just shows what a big deal stop motion animation is, because King Kong is such a cultural icon in America. I mean, we love King Kong, and we still see him in our modern movies today. So this just shows that stop motion animation had a really big influence in film. And the really, really cool thing is that when stop motion animation started like getting bigger and bigger, it influenced a lot of directors that we love and praise today, like Tim Burton, Peter Jackson, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg. And Peter Jackson and George Lucas have actually admitted that without stop motion animation and its influence with movies, there would have never been a Star Wars or a Lord of the Rings, because they would have never thought like something like that would have been possible. But with stop motion animation, everything felt possible. So basically stop motion animation opened a whole new door of creativity and possibility for filmmakers. However, as technology evolved, CGI was created. This stands for computer generated imagery. And the first really big hit movie to use it was Jurassic Park, and then Toy Story. So stop motion animation lost its place, as special effects. So the 90s were kind of a really dark time, because stop motion animation wasn't needed anymore. It wasn't found anywhere anymore. But, thankfully, in the 2000s, technology kept evolving. And so digital cameras were being more technology was being created, so filmmakers brought stop motion animation back. They ended up creating whole worlds that revolved around stop mo. So instead of putting live actors and puppets together, they threw the live actors out and they just kept the puppets. And this was amazing. So movies like Nightmare Before Christmas came out, Coraline came out, Kubo, Paranorman, all these really amazing stop motion animation movies came out into the world. And now stop motion animation today is a super, super popular film technique. And people, or at least I do, love this form of movies. So overall, stop motion animation changed film forever. It changed everything. And even though it's had its downfall, stop motion animation is still a huge deal today, and people still love it, and it's always going to be a part of film for forever because it's always going to be timeless. So, thank you.